Earlier in the program, we told you about a new development in Covington that's turning an historic building into 9 townhomes. One of the partners in the project is the Catalytic Development Funding Corporation of Northern Kentucky. It's a private sector, not-for-profit company providing financing, assistance, and technical expertise for developers of quality residential and commercial real estate projects in the urban cities of Ludlow, Covington, Newport, Bellevue, and Dayton, Kentucky. In this morning's U.S. Bank Customer Spotlight, we are happy to have the president and CEO of the Catalytic Fund with us to talk more about this unique economic engine. Gene Schroer is with Business Courier publisher Jamie Smith in the studio. Gene and Jamie.
Thanks, Peg. Gene, thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jamie.
We've obviously talked a little bit about some of the development projects you guys are a part of. Tell me, who are the investors in this Catalytic Fund?
Well, the Catalytic Fund has 10 investors. There are 6 banks, PNC, Fifth Third, U.S. Bank, of course, is one, Central Bank, BB&T, and First Financial Bank. There's the 2 large Cincinnati foundations, Hale and Greater Cincinnati Foundation, Duke Energy, and Corporex companies.
Some great companies, some great names there.
Yes, they have realized the potential of Northern Kentucky's urban core to contribute to the region's economic competitiveness.
What are the big needs of the fund? I mean, are there certain, I'm assuming, certain needs that you look at?
Yes, the Northern Kentucky's urban core, although it has excellent real estate fundamentals, is comprised of 5 small cities. And as standalone entities, they do not have the significant resources that our neighbor Cincinnati has. So the fund was created to fill in those gaps and to provide additional capital to help get projects that have high impact but are somewhat difficult because they involve historic structures like the Boom Block project or other nuances to put together.
Well, tell me a little bit about your guys' strategy and specific criteria maybe that you guys use to determine what projects you're going to fund.
Well, we have, our investments are very strategic, and I like to say we have the 4 Ps. First of all, every project follows a plan backed by data and real estate, economic, and financial analysis. We partner with many because we want to get the maximum leverage of our scarce resources. The projects themselves have to be very high quality. Often we're doing the first project in a market that hasn't yet proven itself, so they have to set a high standard for what is going to come later. And finally, we do a lot to promote our projects and our 5 cities.
Okay, that's great. Now, obviously, we talked about the project that's getting ready to go on, or going on in Covington now.
That's
what
right.
are some other successful projects you guys have been a part of?
We have done so far 13 projects, which have created over $50 million of investment in Northern Kentucky's urban core. We have done projects like the Mutual Building, which has added high-quality residential units and converted an important historic structure. In Covington, Hotel Covington is one of our projects.
Sounds exciting.
We're an equity investor in that. We also did projects called the Market Lofts, Pike Star, where our regional tech accelerator, UpTech, is located. And then several others where we've obtained grants and provided technical assistance for restaurants such as Frida, the Braxton Brewery, and others.
That's great. Well, it's always great. You know, I lived in Northern Kentucky for 30 years before I moved across the river, but I'm like many of my other friends, I see it as a region. So it's so great to see the collaboration, see some of those funds from, you know, from Cincinnati coming over and help out both sides of the river.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, we appreciate you being on, and we like to continue the conversation as we move forward.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for being here.